Hey everyone, it's Blair here at Time Trades. Want to do another update for the weekend as we head into a new trading week starting tomorrow. With last week's update, I brought your attention to a very important date. Actually, I've been talking about this for more than a week now, probably closer to 2 or 3, October 8th. In the latest models and forecasts for the QQQs, October 8th shows a 17% probability of a pivot low. So that's dropped a little bit. But I'm going to walk through something else that shows why I'm not too concerned about that. And one of these days, I'll also do a video that explains what's going on under the hood in time trades that explains some of these fluctuations in the models. Basically, it has to do with how time trade selects the pivots because it automatically identifies pivots in historical price. And as time goes by, those automatically selected pivots can change, which can cause some changes in the future forecasts. But that's a topic for another video. So what we're looking at here is the QQQ, still relatively bearish forecast, 17% probability of that pivot low coming up on October 8th, combined with some high probability down days. So I like this. One of the other things I like is how it's lining up with the Gann waves. So those are the yellow and blue stripes, those vertical stripes. And if you go back in time and take a look at what happens during the blue time period, you can see it's generally flat to down. The last two blue time periods, this one was down, this one was flat, and then there was a dump right at the end. Going back before that, then, we were, the blue Gann waves were generally flat to up. So you can kind of tell by looking at the Gann waves that there's been a change in tone in the market, right? Typically, yellows are signs of strength, right? Going back to May, we've seen strength during this yellow period, strength during June's yellow period, strength during July's yellow period, and August and September as well. This late September yellow period, definitely not strength. So this is one of the tools that I use within time trades to help stay in sync with the market and to help identify those changes in tone where you need to change your strategy from buy the dip to sell the rip. And so far, the forecasts from the last 2-3 weeks have been playing out more or less as expected. Nothing's ever perfect. Certainly Friday was an up day. Tide took some heat on my shorts on Friday. Nothing ever goes straight down though. I am holding through it because of the time trades forecast here that continues to indicate October 8th. So let's go and take a look at the models page. I like to look at the models page and just to see what are the active stocks here. So I've sorted the models page by the next 1 to 5 trading days activity rating. And this is just a rating of the total probability of all the 6 different probabilities that are calculated. So stocks that have higher probabilities over the next 5 trading days will have a higher activity rating. So let's look at utilities. Now, this is really interesting, very interest rate sensitive sector. So XLU is that utility sector. And again, we see October 7th and 8th as like 100% probability of a pivot low here. And the way these pivot lows tend to work is they kind of work like magnets, and they'll pull the price down into the pivot low, and then they'll reject the price going up. So this is an extremely high probability pivot low here around Thursday, Friday this week. And Of course, if you've been following the bond market, you've noticed that the yields are going up, the US dollar is going up. So it makes sense that utilities experience a downtrend and all that. But the interesting part here is utilities are forecast to bottom late this week. Okay. That's another indicator and supporting data point of the forecast of stocks going down this week. Let's also look at XLK. This is another sector ETF for the tech sector. So this is a kind of a different subset from the QQQs. Again, very supportive of that forecast of the October 8th date being an important date. There's some other important dates here like October 6th and October 12th. But we can definitely look for a pivot in and around this range here. Let's go back and take a look at some more. Let's look at volatility, the VXX. So if everything's playing out as we expect, then we should see a peak in volatility coming up this week. And we do. Up here, we've got a 73% probability of the pivot high in volatility. So when I start to see all these different pieces falling together and aligning and snapping together in this manner, it gives me a great deal of confidence in the forecast and lets me ride out some of these days that go counter to my positions, lets me take some heat because of the confidence that I'm getting from these forecasts. And here's our old friend UNG. We've had some great trades on UNG lately. Generally looks to continue to be in a bullish trend. Monday might be a great day to re-enter UNG, targeting this pivot high here, October 21st, okay? If you miss Monday, there's another opportunity down here, October 18th, with a low probability pivot low of 11%. So I don't know if it's going to go up and make higher highs and higher lows, or if it's going to make a lower low down here. We're just going to watch it closely and see if we can get some good entries here, because this date here, October 21st, looks like a great day to exit a long. So might be a good time to sort of establish some long positions on some weakness, either Monday or the following week around, October 15th, 18th, around there. Okay, so that's UNG. One of the other things I wanted to go back to here, so let's take a look at the Qs. I wanted to show the short-term waves, so let's turn those on. Okay, so here's short-term waves. Here's GAN waves. Now, we talked about this a little bit last week, and the overall blueprint that the model is kind of outlining here is sort of down into October 8th, 11th range, and that aligns with the blue GAN wave day. But then we've got this light blue short-term wave line that's going to be peaking on October 26th. And you can see how there's like this hollowed out area of down days, of forecast down days. Now, even though there's a very sort of weak bit of forecast up days around here, because it aligns with the peak in light blue and also the yellow GAN waves, this looks to me like it might align with a high. I don't know if it's going to be an all-time high or just an intermediate high, but basically the blueprint I'm following here is down into about October 8th-ish, could fall over into October 11th, and then a bit of a rebound up into 21st, 25th, that area. And that rebound may extend for a bit. And then we start to see some more down days come in, right? And we can just play it by ear. And again, whenever I see some ambiguity in the forecast, I like to focus in on the pivot highs and pivot lows, as those tend to have the highest accuracy. So we've got a small pivot high here, 13% forecast for the 21st. And then that kind of ping pongs down into November 9th, which also aligns with the blue GAN wave here. And there's not really much of a boost off of that. And then there's a second low around the end of November. So looking ahead, there's lots of great trading opportunities, two-way trading opportunities. It's important not to get too married to any one direction or any position. And it's also important to, follow all the best practices of risk management, and that establishing good stops, getting good entries, and taking profits when they exist. So with that, I'll sign off for the week. Good luck this week, and we will talk again next week. Bye now.